All right, we're gonna talk about this.
Listen, boy, the JBP got the social media streets jumping today. It's a lot of things going on, a couple different topics, but this video right here, we're gonna be focusing on one, that is a crazy back and forth between Mark Lamon Hill and Queen's Flip. Now, everything started when they started to talk about the money. Y'all know get funny when they talk about the money. Now, Jawan was on the show, and he asked a question that made things get a little bit contentious between the cast. Alright, so let's see this right here. Need to mind you, there will be a still image on the screen.
You said what? Who deserves?
Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because me personally, if y'all don't know me, y'all know my last video with Mark Lamon Hill. Let me see, give me a minute. My last video on Mark Lamon Hill is that I believe that he's a Trojan horse. And the reason why is because the way he has been moving has always been, excuse me, give me a minute, has always been somewhat sneaky. You feel me? Like it's always been somewhat sneaky, backhanded, and some would say he's just being smart guy. You know what I mean? He's just being a smart guy. You know what I mean? He's just being a smart guy. Yep. Excuse me. I don't want to get sick, y'all here. But yeah, somebody brought the aspect of maybe he is a Trojan horse inside of the podcast because of, first of all, he's a nigga that knows, he's an academia nigga. You feel me? And a lot of the times with academia niggas is that they're so smart that you gotta watch them. If they don't know you like that, they not cool with you like, even if they was raised with you, you gotta be careful because usually with them type of niggas, them niggas will throw your ass under the bus if push come to shove. Not all the time. Usually with the ones that's raised in the hood and about their life and actually tries to have some type of semblance of the hood, I get it. I ain't trying to say when keeping it real. I'm not trying to say that. But I am trying to say that a lot of the times when black folks get into academia, whether it be a man or a woman, they start to look down on niggas. Just call it what it is. Now, they'll speak for niggas. That's the crazy, weird part about this. They'll speak for niggas, speak for all niggas, but they still don't want to live by niggas, don't want to cohabitate with niggas, don't want their children to go to school with niggas. You understand what I mean? Like, that's the weird dichotomy of the academia nigga. And I think that that's when it comes to Mark, because Mark has talked about reparations. He's talked about the plight of black people. But when it comes down to being socially his friend and the aspects of seeing him with, first of all, let's keep it a buck. Joe Budden isn't the best friend either. Because Joe Budden isn't an academia nigga. He's a nigga that got out the hood and got rich. That's even in the same bag, to be honest. It's like parallel, not the same universe, but the parallel universes. Because again, don't want their kids be around niggas. Don't want to talk to niggas. Niggas beneath them. He's literally said shit like this on the podcast. So again, this is the person that he chose to be hired by, mind you. And this is also the person that has chosen him. Two peas in a pod type shit. Now, when I seen this at first and I seen him ready to square up with Flip, I'm thinking, oh, so maybe Mark is trying to stand on some business, stand for something. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Maybe Mark is trying to stand for something. Because most of the times when I see Mark standing for something, the most time that I've seen him is reparations. And even that, it's kind of like is he really standing for it, or is he socially commentating on it? Because he was talking to Yvette Carnell at one point in time. And even Flip talked to Yvette Carnell. I think maybe Mark Lamon Hill told Flip about Yvette Carnell. But I say all that to say, just to see somebody stand for something is a point. You understand what I mean? So I'm thinking, he was saying, I'm standing on business. What's up? I'm tired of y'all coming at me. Because even Ish has said to Flip that you try to make it seem like you are a fucking real nigga and you are the realest one up here when we just trying to conduct business. You feel me? We just trying to do what we do. You feel me? And Flip has made things contentious up there. He's made things, I'll just say this. And I say Flip has done this, but I'm not going to hold you. You know who else plays a part? Because I think Mark plays a part as well. But it's three people that I think plays a part in making things hot up there. The first one is, I'm going to call it what it is. Who's not there? Melissa Ford. Melissa Ford has never stopped the rumors of her and Ish dating until Ish started getting in her ass about certain shit she was saying. Now, mind you, Ish backed off because he didn't want to make it seem like he's being misogynistic. Because a lot of people were saying, why is Ish going in on her? Ish was trying to just clear his fucking name at times and call bullshit out at times. Now, I don't agree with a lot of shit that Ish says, but I do agree with the fact that Ish stands on his fucking, he stands on his heel. You know what I mean? He stands on his heel. I respect it. Like I respect it. I may not agree with everything he says, but I respect the fact that he has a heel that he stands on. He stays there. Ice, same thing. Well, Ice is flippy floppy when it comes to certain topics, but he is somewhat stands on his heel. He stands on his heel. And Ice don't deal with Melissa, but Ish and Melissa, the rumors was on, and Melissa was basically fanning the flames to that. Imani, she was fanning the flames to that too. Like, Imani kind of said, stop the bullshit. Like, that's not that, and this ain't that, and that ain't this. But you know who else we found out later after the video I made? Mark Lamont Hill dated Melissa Ford in the past. He didn't say it. Melissa said it on a whole nother platform, a podcast with a fucking rumor. It was a rumor type podcast. It was like the Shade Room type of podcast. And she threw that out there for what? For what? Melissa Ford? So again, she's a part of the problem too. And guess who also liked Melissa Ford? Flip. They've had like a outing one time and they was going out to get some shit for the garden or some shit. It was like a little outing and shit. But it's obviously contentious because I'll say this. People that watch the podcast see how much he flirts with her from time to time. You know what I mean? Talking shit, whoop-de-whoop, all that good shit. And we've also seen how Melissa has spazzed on Ish when she didn't get her way. Spazzed on not on Amani, but spazzed on Mark when she didn't get in her way, and she spazzed on Flip when she didn't get her way. So again, the three people, Melissa, the first, second, Mark, third, for me, Flip. A lot of the times, I'm thinking like maybe they just competing with each other, but this right here, I'm gonna let y'all listen. This right here takes the cake, dog.
Where's the least?
Because at first I thought he was just defending himself, right?
Nah, I'm not doing that.
See that's not come back.
I ain't never doing that. That's that J1. I ain't never. It's not my job. I'm not the ball. I don't do the police work. I'm just saying.
If you were Joe and Ian was your partner,
I don't do the police. No, it's not Joe. I don't decide it. It's Ian.
Well, if you and Ian were partners,
that's that smooth.
I don't decide it. Joe, stop playing, bruh. They showed his money and they said he make 30 to 50 million a year, and then they found out how much they was getting paid, like 100 to 200,000 a year. He could pay them all 5 times if he wanted to. But he would be like, well, you can always go to another podcast and see how much they pay you. I'm actually trying to pay you what I think you're worth. Once again, going back to confiding in this type of supervisor or boss or manager about how you would, if they ain't taking a pay cut, I'll take a pay cut. This is what they said that Mark says.
Right there, it's Ian.
That's the bullshit. He CC'd on the emails.
You can't even ask that because some people bring their fan bases here. Some people, I'm new, so it's like people always like what they see new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have to be a longer time of me being here and shit like that. Now, but that's what I'm saying. Whatever. If they brought Mark up here to be the smart nigga, you do very well at being a smart nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that's how I go. And they
bring you to be the funny nigga.
If
now
you
when he said that,
and they bring
when they said that, he was looking at Mona. You can't tell because of this clip. They don't want to get it copyright. You know what I mean? But he was looking at Flip. He wasn't looking at Mona. Excuse me. He wasn't looking at Mona. He was looking past Mona. He was looking at Flip. So people thought that he was talking to Mona. He was talking to Flip.
possibly say, this person deserves the least, this person deserves the most.
I'm not scared of you, nigga.
Because every piece of this...
I ain't scared of you neither.
Let's talk about it.
What you want to talk about, Flip?
Remember how I just said that he was looking at Flip and Flip just interrupted Mona to say, I'm not scared of you niggas? That's because they looking at each other. They looking at each other right now, and he's like staring Flip down.
Hey, you ain't. Mona's talking. Why don't you be a team player and let Mona finish?
Here's the thing.
Why don't you let Mona finish? She was making an important point. Please finish, Mona.
I'm gonna ball these feet up.
I apologize, Mona. I apologize, Mona. Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, Melissa Ford has always said that she can't get her word out as well. You see what I mean? Like, I don't think a female should be on this podcast, to be honest with you, because it's like them asking her body count and shit. It's like, why? Why, bruh? Like, why? It makes, and it's like, it's the content over everything. You know what I mean? That type of energy is nasty, bruh. It's nasty. Just call it what it is. They grown men, bruh. Why? Bruh, why? 40s and up. 40s and up, bruh. Why are we asking that type of conversation with, you know what I mean? Like, it's nasty. That's just me personally. It makes shit rigid for no reason. It's like it brings in contempt for no reason. Because it's like if she says it, she's fucked. If she doesn't say it, she's fucked. So why ask the question? Y'all know how y'all fucking podcast people that be, once again, talking about this shit like I am. I'm more so on the aspect of why talk about it, bruh. But I know people are being like, well, she ain't say nothing. That means it must be high. Oh, she said something, and if she was to say a low number, man, she lying. You know what I mean? Like, why? That's why I understand why Mona was like, fuck all that shit, bro. Y'all get on.
You ain't stepping on people, man.
I apologize, Mona. Go ahead, girl.
Flip. Listen, you're all right with me. What I'm saying is,
all right, so they talking about the money. Y'all know a couple months ago, the news came out with how much money that Joe Budden was making. So y'all know at that point in time, you can't even control it. You're gonna start counting pockets, and if you on that cash, you're gonna try to figure out how you fit into that equation. Like, okay, you making that much, then shit. If we cross the and multiply the 2 plus the 3, divide the 5. Where do I
2/4
up in this whole equation? All right, so that naturally brings competition between the folks that's in the cast, and they say certain things. Intentional? I don't think so, but it just might be. All right, so within that whole back and forth, you seen that Mark said something, and I don't know if he was trying to allude to saying they brought you in, Mona, to be the funny person, and then saying they brought Flip into, and then cut himself off while Mona was still talking. I don't know if he was gonna say something.
Listen, and that's another thing. Because of my history, my history, but my knowledge of his history, I'm still not sure fully if he meant to be directing that towards Mona. I just believe that when he said it, I've seen him looking at Flip, but he was talking to Mona, so it's like it could be. And if he was talking to Mona like that, I just don't see him calling Mona a nigga. The way he treats women, I don't think he would call Mona a nigga. You understand what I mean? He's been on Meg Thee Stallion side. He's been on Melissa Ford's side at one point in time. But I just don't see him talking to Mona like that and then lambasting Flip for not respecting Mona. Why would he say that if he was directing nigga towards Mona? You know what I mean? I think that what it was is that he was looking at Flip, but talking, looking at Flip and talking directly to Flip when he said, he bring you in to be the funny nigga. And it's really, you see Joe in the background is quiet as fuck. Quiet as fuck because he loves this shit. His messy ass loves this fucking shit because it's content. We making videos about it. Multiple videos that's talking about this fight. It's a fight that breaks out.
Spicy, or he was gonna say, damn, I said you the funny person, they brought Flip in, he's a funny person too, so I gotta go ahead and show love to Flip because I don't want to make it seem like, oh, you're the funny person and he's not funny. I don't know, maybe I'm speaking too much for him, but who knows what he was alluding to, and Flip seemed like he found that to be a little bit of a jab. So Flip started to pipe up, and then Mark was trying to calm him down with a little bit more, tongue-in-cheek jokes. Who knows? But things hit another speed. Okay, so correction. I'm hearing this is what actually what was said first that led to the Juwan question.
Thank you.
Niggas,
We don't expect it.
Then he get behind the scenes and say shit like, if Flip or Amani is
Listen
paid
to this.
less, I'll take it.
Listen to this. If Amani is
If
paid
you're gonna
less,
pay
I'll
somebody
take
less,
it.
I'll take it.
That's not what I said.
If Amani and Flip is paid less, I'll take it. That's why I thought at first, I thought that he was standing on business until I heard this shit come out of Joe's mouth. It's him fanning the flames. This is his boss. This is his boss. This is the person that he chooses to work for. So again, you understand what I mean? You can go anywhere in the world, but you chose to come here. Maybe they not paying him enough in the political side, which makes sense, right? But it's like, here, but people are talking about Mark Lamont Hill is getting his names online. It's talking, even if it is bad news, it's still news. And it forms my opinion on him when it comes to talking about topics like reparations, topics like what's best for black peoples and black folks, right? Because again, when it comes to political pundit type shit, he don't really care, seems like. It's more so the aspect of, let's talk about it because it can get my name out there. That's just me personally looking at it. I don't believe that he believes what he says. It's whatever to get him into that creme de la creme. Like he says that he's doing this to take a pay cut, but he's willing to sit in the back. He said that's not what I said. I didn't say, if he said Imani, I'm not sure if I'm not, like, maybe I'm tripping. But when you go to your boss and you say, well, if Stacy and Joe won't take the pay cut and won't take the money, I'll take it. That don't sound, like backstabbing type shit. You want people to hold the line that you work with, right? Because if you take a pay cut, it's kind of like the immigrant thing. If people come over here from another country and they take a pay cut, it fucks up the market for the job marketplace, the job workplace. Because if I can get, as a supervisor and a boss, if I can get somebody that will willing to take $100 a week, and I get 100 of them, and I already have 50 people that are getting paid triple that, $500 a week, for 50 people, of course I'm gonna look at that shit like, hey, you got some cousins? You got some cousins in Venezuela? Hey, tell them to come over here. That's the capitalistic mindset, right? That's the capitalistic mindset. Now, me personally, I would like to be in a situation where if I can have a business where my people have insurance and I'm not struggling to pay for their insurance, I can pay them not just minimum wage, but shit, 5 to 10% more than minimum wage. You feel me? On a yearly basis, then I would do that shit. But I understand the aspects of jobs doing just enough so they don't cut into their profit. You understand what I mean? Because jobs don't make that much until like the 5 to 7 years after the fact. They get fucked for the first 3 to 5 years. You feel me? They just got to make it work. But that's not an excuse to me. Just don't get in the business then. If you're literally getting in the business to get fucked and you don't have enough to get fucked, then you just don't make a business. That's just me personally. People say that the risk is worth the reward, but that's only if you have a cushion to make sure you supplant that risk. People that make it is the people that have that cushion, that money, that resources to have to be able to fix that risk. But when it comes to certain businesses be like, shit, why would I? Why wouldn't I hire the immigrants? Why wouldn't I hire the Mark Lamont Hills of the world that's willing to take a pay cut, that so-called is waiting for the raise that may never come? No official on paper shit, no nothing. Just word is bond. With a nigga like Joe Budden. With a nigga like Joe Budden, word is bond. The nigga that says content over everything. You just get a glimpse of what type of person they are, the people that they confide in, bruh. You chose him to confide that type of information into? And then when he responds to Joe, he kind of says, I didn't say that. Now, it's two things you could take that. He doesn't want to curse at his boss. He doesn't want to go off on his boss the way he's going off on Flip. because of him lying on them, or he really did say that and he doesn't want to make it seem as though it was something more. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to make it hot for himself, for lack of better words.
What I said was, I need more, and whatever it takes to get us there, I'm willing to accept.
If Flip or Monty is paid less, I'll take it.
That's what Joe said he said.
If you're gonna pay somebody
Who
less,
said that?
I'll take.
That's not what I said. What I said was,
Now they don't even know about who said that. He threw Mark under the bus because I don't think Joe respect his ass. He respect the snake in him. He can see the snake, but he don't respect the fact that he thought that he said it like that. Lets me know that Joe's interpretation on Mark is that he a shady nigga. That's why he threw him out there like that. And it's just content up for him.
I need more, and whatever it takes to get us there, I'm willing to accept.
Now, people are saying that when he said this, to take the light off of him, he pulled up a Hassan, where he basically started getting rah-rah with Flip to make it's like the smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? Like, we never seen him on that type of time. We seen him had water poured on him because Monty think that he said something disrespectful about him, which he laughed it off. But we know what that laugh was about. It was like, I can't really do nothing, so I'm gonna laugh this shit off because I know I was wrong type shit. But it's weird that he's on that type of time with a nigga that poured water on him on the podcast, and I'm hearing that he chucked a fucking some type of disc or something at somebody throwing shit. Now this is somebody with a political background. You understand what I mean? I'm not saying that he can't be human and feel feelings, right? But I think he's getting too comfortable into exposing who he is or allegedly is. This could be his persona, like on some Melissa Ford shit. This could be his persona for the podcast because content of everything. Like they use that as a crutch to be like, that's not really me. I just do that for the podcast. I just want to get the numbers up. Because and knowing Joe Budden, he probably might be like, yes.
Wait.
Hold up now. What are we talking about? I'm up now.
All right, so they say in the comment section, they say, if this what made Flip crash out, understand. It says the crash out was a few minutes later, but it stand from this. Flip started talking about how he would take a pay cut from everyone else, and Mark deflecting by pretending the word sucker triggered him. He knew he can get out of the situation by making Flip engage with him on a rah-rah level instead of continuing to discuss the point that Flip was making, which was painting Mark as a selfish climber. Someone said that's the funny part. Flip never actually crashed out. It was all Mark.
Give me a minute. All right, we back.
Well, let's get to it.
Okay, thank you. Because I don't want people will hear that and think I do that.
Well, I don't know if you do it, but I
you have any reason to think I do that?
I don't know.
You have any reason to think I do that? They don't want to say that shit because they know for a fact that you be moving shady, bruh. You be moving shady. It is what it is. You've moved shady for Melissa. You've moved shady on certain topics when it comes to certain topics with the boys. You feel me? And don't get it twisted. Once again, I understand why Mona won't expose any type of sexual shit with them because it's like, yeah, y'all cool on here, but content over everything. Content over everything. I'm cool. I'm cool. That's why you got to be careful on who you fucking talk with on these type of spaces like that. People that do this type of shit where it's content over everything, it's like, over everything? That's how much you care. And get it. I get it. It's got him to that 50 million. It's got him to that 50 million because of the content. I've been seeing a lot of videos talk about that you need to do type of shit like this to blow up. And I'm like, you don't. It blows up fast, yes, but you don't have to do this type of shit. You can do the slow and steady. People don't want to do the slow and steady. People want to get to the top as fast. Joe has been podcasting for like, how many? 11 plus years? Maybe 12? Long time. And just in this quarter of his life has things been compounding when it comes to information, what he knows, how he uses certain platforms, certain materials that he uses to record, how he records, in what ways he gets paid, what platforms he goes to, you know what I mean, to get the information out there. That's years and years of knowledge. That's not just him talking shit. But the shit talking, the content over everything talking, it adds a little flame to that fire. You feel me? It does. And it's a sick place to be when you're asking your so-called boss to do this type of thing when you know what type of person he is. You know what I mean?
Do that's what I said.
Because you just said that. You said you cracking a joke with Joe. Like, oh, nigga,
But you cracking a joke with what?
No, listen what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, go ahead.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
I think the people need to see this show.
Hey, here you got.
Hey, guess what? It's going out.
I think that was Amani that said that. Again, going to the content over everything. This is all of their mindsets. Now, you know who's quiet through a lot of this shit, which is understandable? Ish is like, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Because this is between, he don't need to say nothing. You know who else? Ice. Imani is the one that said that. I really think that was Imani that said that shit. And Parks, they all quiet. They quiet.
Between what we did last week.
Just want to care about what people shouldn't see, then shut up.
Then don't say
this
it. Right.
Is going out.
I'm comfortable with everything I'm saying.
Okay. This is going right out.
I love you, Flip. I love you too.
FedEx too.
But no, I don't backbite. Hey,
ain't no motherfucking love, nigga.
UPS, here's the tracking link.
As a matter of fact, you know I don't, because whatever you've ever told me, you know ain't never come out, and whatever ever happened that I witnessed to, I ain't never said shit about.
Yeah, like
even
what?
when
We kept your secrets, nigga.
I'm not gonna say it, because then I
Yeah, we kept your secrets.
That's all I'm gonna say.
What secrets?
And can't nobody up here say nothing different.
What secrets?
We kept your secrets, boy.
What secrets?
We know your secrets.
I'll tell you off air. I'm not even going to allude to it on air, because I don't move that way.
See, this is loyal.
That's not loyal.
Not that shit you do. This lawyer ain't gonna blow you up in front of millions, nigga.
Please, what you talking about?
No, and to be clear for the ones, it ain't nothing personal. It ain't about Flip's personal life. I don't want to make it sound like that, because I want people to think.
Oh, you talking about anything that I tell you, niggas? Anything that happened, I can talk.
He said you talking about. He said something and he stopped himself, and even for you to suggest that you could talk about shit, it's shady. It's shady. I know that that's shady because it's like you're already on air saying that I could say something. Now everybody's thinking, well, what could he say? You see what I mean? It's the shifting of the narrative type shit. Now people are literally on all ears on trying to figure out what Mark Lamont Hill was going to say about Flip. And this is what I mean by this type of energy is dangerous, because it's kind of like, why? I could say something, but I'm not gonna say it. Well, you know what I mean? Like that's why I believe that's shady. That's Trojan horse material. That's shady material. That's backstabbing. That's snaky energy. And then he gets up and tries to like act like I'm really about this shit. We can go outside.
So anything that I'm saying, I won't. So if you allude to it, because you say a lot of tricky words.
No, I don't. I say regular words that's tricky to you.
Tricky words, funny as shit.
That's another thing you do.
Alright, so right there, we gotta just straight up say it. Right there, Mark Lamont Hill is asking for the smoke. Whatever you got to bring to the table, Queen's Flip, go ahead and bring it, because I'm asking for it at that moment, at that point in time. Mark Lamont Hill understands that he is the smart guy in the room.
Yeah.
He knows that people feel intellectually inferior around him.
Yeah.
He knows that. And with that knowledge, sometimes to make people feel like, to unarm folks, you gotta sometimes tread carefully.
Yeah.
You gotta tread carefully. But if a nigga is in the middle of expressing himself saying you are condescending with the way that you speak, meaning you put us down, you're patronizing with the way that you talk to some folks, and then you...
I know I'm not the only one that see that shit. He does it with a lot of motherfuckers on that podcast. He's done it low-key with Joe. He's done it with Joe, you know what I mean? Little slick shit from time to time, but Joe just know how to handle shit because he knows I'm the big money in this shit. So calm down, pipe down a little bit. I think he's went at Ish. I think he has went at Ish. I think I remember him going at Ish one time. You feel me? I think he's done it with Ice. I think the only person I haven't seen him done was Parks. I don't think I've seen a back and forth with him and Parks. I've seen a back and forth clearly with him and Amani. and Flip. You know what I mean? And Melissa Ford. Again, it's just nasty. That's all I'm saying. It's just nasty. It's just nasty, bro.
I don't say tricky words that tricky to you. That's letting it be known, man. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Feel even worse, fuck, nigga. Let's get to it. That's crazy. That's crazy. So he's asking for that energy. Yeah. All right. Because at this point in time right now, Mark Lamont Hill is like, okay, you feel intellectually inferior to me. Okay, bet. So now it's to even a playing field.
When you do shit like that, when you say shit like that, especially already on air, it's like a shark with blood in the water, dog. Mark Lamont is a shark, and he see a stupid nigga. That's the blood in the water. Oh, you didn't graduate school? Me back on the menu, boys. Pause, but yeah, you get what I mean. You get where I'm going with this shit.
Trying to be
the academia niggas, like I said it before, I'm said it in the past. Academia niggas, whether it be a woman or a man, they will use their smarts to make it seem as though they're better than you. You know what I mean? Like, mentally they're better than you, so they feel like on a human level they are better than you. And that's what I don't fuck with when it comes to a lot of academia niggas. It's what I don't fuck with Melissa Ford. She does that shit too. Which makes sense why they dated each other. They do this shit. It's nasty.
Aggressive with the energy towards me to win this fight. But it doesn't matter what level, what field, court, have you want to play it. I would go ahead and as a man stand up to you and go toe to toe with you on any level, because I'm pretty sure as an intellectual, how he comes off as an intellectual, he feels he has to hold his own weight in certain rooms because people are going to try to knock him down to their level to be able to compete with them. And it's tough when you got these mics. If you can't kill someone with words, then you're going to kill them with energy that you use to say those words. All right, so that's what's going on. That's my perspective. And the whole time, Joe back there enjoying this shit because you have different
content
perspectives
over everything
clashing, and that's the beauty that comes with Mark on this show, because when you used to have just the perspective of, guys that thought the same way, you have someone else that's coming into the mix that brings much.
I don't agree with the aspect of him being a beautiful thing. I think that, yes, it's good that he knows what he knows. It's good that he has a brain that he has, but just not him. I think that we've seen enough of Mark Lamont Hill to see how he thinks about topics when it comes to black dynamics, right, between black people and whatnot, that being in parallel to his education on how he's educated or whatnot. I think that it should be able to cohabitate with each other when it comes to how we discuss these type of things. Not this specifically, but when it comes to black life, you know what I mean? Black life, how, certain topics, I'm not sure how to describe it. Basically, certain topics when it comes to black life, when it comes to Mark Lamont Hill and how he discusses it, he gives us a educated point of view. But then it's sometimes where he gives us an educated point of view, and it's almost like he shuns the point of view of, I guess, a nigga that didn't go to the academics, didn't go to school. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that you shouldn't correct somebody that's maybe wrong, but it's just how you go about your correction. It is. It's how you go about your correction, because some niggas, they just squabble up, right? Rightfully so when it comes to certain situation. Like, you can't just disrespect me like that and call me a fucking idiot and think that I'm just supposed to be okay with it, because yes, I was wrong, but you could have handled that a little bit better. You know what I mean? But we see it with Flip, where he takes digs at Flip. We've seen it with Melissa Ford. He even did it with her ass. You know what I mean? So again, and I don't even agree with Melissa Ford, but again, I also was like, nah, stay on your side with Melissa Ford when you was basically all in with Melissa Ford. Don't try to switch up now. Don't try to get in her ass now and talk about if I get in everybody else's ass, I should be able to get in your ass. No, keep that same energy you had from the beginning. Stand on something is what I'm saying. Stand on something. And then knowing his intellectual ass, he'll be like, well, I have the right as a human being to change my opinion on certain topics, and whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-doo, 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 whoop-de-fucking-do. Like, I'm gonna leave it at that because it's like I'm starting to get mad at this shit my damn self. I'm gonna go to the fight because it's like it starts to ensue to where they get up and shit starts to like get crazy.
Much more of a contentious possibility of a back and forth between these folks, you know. So let me go ahead and bring it back a little bit more, and then continue listening. My bad. If you want to see the full thing without interruptions, go to the Joe Budden Patreon.
It ain't nothing personal. It ain't about personal life. I don't want to make it sound like that because I want people to think.
You talking about anything that I tell you, niggas? Anything that happened, I can talk about.
And it's for you to.
It can't be not personal if you can't say it. It can't be not. And this is what I mean by framing the narrative, words matter, and all that shit. He knows how to do this shit. He's a political fucking pundit for fucking Fox News for points of time. Like, it can't be not personal if you cannot say it on air. And you literally say, I could say this. That means that it's personal. And if you don't know that, if your mind is not actually working while the conversation is being had, because clearly they're not, because they obviously on 10. But it's just, and then ain't nobody gonna correct them because it's kind of like two men back and forth.
Talk about what I'm saying. I won't.
So anything that I'm saying, I can talk.
No life. I don't want to make it sound like that because I want people to think.
You talking about anything that I tell you, niggas? Anything that happened, I can talk about.
And it's for you to talk about. What I'm saying, I won't.
So anything that I'm saying, I won't. So if you allude to it, because you say a lot of tricky words.
No, I don't. I say regular words that's tricky to you.
Tricky words, funny as shit.
That's another thing you do, right? My nigga, you the busiest man in the world. You spend 1,000 hours trying to communicate and speak to people to be accepted by people that this community, that this nigga built through the community. I don't need to do that.
That's our job.
Nigga. I believe in myself.
That's
and I believe
our job.
In what I do. Our job is to come up.
Listen to that.
That's another thing you do, right? Like, my nigga, you the busiest man in the world. You spend 1,000 hours trying to communicate and speak to people to be accepted by people that this community, that this nigga built through the community. I don't need to do
that.
That's
our job.
Nigga. I believe in myself.
That's
and I believe
our
in what
job.
I do. Our job is to.
Flip is saying that you do all this extra shit to basically bring back content to the podcast. And rightfully so, Mark is saying this is our job. This is our job to make this podcast more than what it is right now. To make it boisterous, make it loud, right? But Flip, Ish, a couple other people are basically doing their own thing, and they're standing on the hill of, I'm gonna create my own shit. And this is like when the minds clash. Flip and the rest of them, I'm not saying the rest of them, but Flip and a couple of other people on the podcast are, because Joe has said to them, you don't offer anything to the podcast, like Mark is saying that he does, and Flip is saying that he does, because you don't offer anything to the podcast and you don't have your own shit, then you're getting paid what you're getting paid. So Ish and Flip was like, shit, fuck it. We gonna do our own thing, right? So Flip is saying, well, you do all this extra shit, which goes into the fact that, which is what Joe wants you to do. Once you do that extra shit, bring that shit back to the pod. He'll even say multiple times, oh, we see you doing your little pod thing while they're on the pod to like kind of throw shade at them, like, what you doing type shit.
Come up here and work and show and put our best foot forward.
And that's what I do.
That's our job. And plus do other shit behind the scenes.
You mean like promote the show?
To try to win favor. You try to win favors.
You mean like fan engagement?
You try to win favors.
All right, you're here.
To me, you try to win favors.
With the fans?
And then on top of that, even if you do win
favors. They're the fans. They're our audience.
Even if you do win favors, you try to point out everything else that nobody do. That's sucker shit to me.
When do I do that?
You try to point out.
Don't call me a sucker no more. 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 Don't call me a sucker no more.
That's sucker shit. I'm not calling you. I'm saying that's sucker shit. I can take that.
Hey, now once again, if you just seen a still image and haven't seen this, and just here for my reaction, but right now, Mark Lamont Hill bobbing the head, talking with a lot of aggression in response to Flip, trying to give off some energy. He just told that boy for calling me a sucker type shit. So okay.
Yeah.
I'm not calling you. I'm saying that's sucker shit. You not a sucker, but that's.
And I'm telling you, when you say that sucker shit, I take it like you saying it to me. So I'm saying
what I'm saying.
Let's do this. Let's both calm down. No.
Stop doing that.
No, I'm saying let's both calm down. Let's both calm down. Because I'm telling you right now, the way you talking to me, I'm taking a different way. So let's both calm down.
Yeah, Joe in the background saying, I don't care, put it all out.
And the thing is that Flip is already on Rah-Rah. They literally hired him to be on Rah-Rah. So Mark is acting like he don't know that. But Mark is also a man. And I'm not sure how he's taking it. So I'm just going to keep it a buck. I don't know if he's literally, if this is performative Mark, or is this the persona Mark, or you know what I mean, or is this actually Mark as a man? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because of him being okay with it from this time until the past. I'm not sure why he's trying to act like this is a big deal now, but.
I'm taking a different way. So let's both. So what does that mean, though? I'm saying let's talk like brothers. You don't gotta say that. I'm saying because what you ain't gotta say that sucker shit. So I'm saying let's. You're not a sucker, but I said the.
I think that they just rah-rah. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, maybe this is just rah-rah for performative. It's just for us to talk about it, because it's like it's almost like for a fact that nothing's gonna come of this. Nothing's gonna happen. I think it was just rah-rah just to get the content, and Joe is loving this shit. It is what it is, man. I'm gonna let y'all go see this. I'm Stacy, Joe Budden Podcast. I'm gonna link it in the description. And like that, we gone. Bun Kai.